Hello, and welcome to Channel Divinity, 5th edition actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. I'm Trent. I'm your DM for this homebrew campaign. And going around the table, we have...
I'm David, and I play Cassiel De'Hart.
I'm Dean, and I play Vesper Ravenwing.
I'm Gordon, and I play Blank.
And last time, we continued the fight with Erica and Tess. With much back and forth, with Tess deactivating certain abilities and Erica deactivating certain abilities and reactivating other abilities to do more damage or to activate haste on herself, with Vesper increasingly failing with his organ failure.
Every time. Oh.
With Cassiel popping off, shooting out his magical cards for the first time ever.
And Blank doing massive amounts of healing.
And Blank just healing so much with the Chalice constellation behind him, literally keeping his team standing.
Yeah, because Cassiel went down.
Yeah, Cassiel did go down because Erica said she was pulling out the big guns. And we are going to hop right back in to where we were in the initiative order, which next is Erica at the beginning. Erica sees Freya,
who's only 10 feet away.
Runs up, and is going to kick her.
And Freya used the dodge action, so she has disadvantage on all her attack.
That is true. Unfortunately, with her empowered attacks, she adds a lot. But I think she still missed this first one. Does a 15 miss?
It does.
Okay.
Freya, the tank of the party.
Actually, yes.
She kind of is.
And
yeah.
a 14 misses with the second one?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, she's going to hit with a third. Okay. Oh, well, I guess I get disadvantage. All right, this one definitely is a hit. An 18 hits, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
16 is her AC.
Okay, good.
I'm just glad that she didn't rush over and put Cassiel down again.
Yeah. She wants to get rid of...
That's one reason why I kind of put Freya up, but also Freya just hasn't been able to do much these, so...
It's true. This is how much damage she receives.
Okay.
She receives 14 damage.
Okay.
With a kick to the face, and I need her to roll a strength saving throw.
I rolled a flat 15, so it's an 18 total.
That's enough.
She's got +3 strength.
Let's go.
She's stronger than any of us.
Yeah, she's stronger than all three of you. So Erica she runs up next to her and just tries to stomp to kick her, and she stomps once and Freya dodges to one side, stomps again, and Freya dodges to the other side, and then the third stomp manages to land right on Freya's tail as she dodges, and Freya does a Arr! And then she takes the damage, and then Erica takes a dash action with her bonus action and just runs circles around Freya to do her best to confuse her. And as she runs, you notice that the green energy line on her leg...
She just runs 120 feet in circles. Okay.
Yep. And it goes up her leg.
Question, did she have to roll concentration to get rid of haste?
So the haste ability she has, she doesn't actually cast haste on herself.
Oh, it's an ability,
it's just
not
an ability
haste.
that does the equivalent of haste.
Okay.
It's like a race
So that's
ability.
broken because it can't get taken away.
Nope, it cannot.
Okay, that's strong.
Yeah, to activate it, she does require her energy, though.
Yeah.
So.
Which she can just get from running around.
Yep.
Okay. Is it Vesper's turn now?
Yes, it is. Vesper's turn. Oh, actually, she's going to end her turn by saying, Tess, wrap it up. I'm going to get ready to emergency exit this situation.
Vesper rolls for organ failure. He rolled another 2.
Okay, well, that's another fail for organ failure.
Okay,
Bonus action, though. He can command Freya at this point.
Oh, yeah. Freya is going to bite Tess.
Okay. She runs up and bites Tess.
She technically invokes an opportunity attack.
That is true. Let's go. 30.
Okay, that hits.
With her empowered attack, she adds 11 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that kills Freya.
So, no, not 11 damage, 11 to hit.
Oh, okay.
But so
She's
I
probably
rolled
gonna
a
kill
19
Freya.
plus
Freya's
11.
real low. She's probably going to kill Freya.
Does 9 damage.
Yeah, that kills Freya.
Okay. So
she
Freya
did 14 in 1.
Yeah. I mean, with her empowered attack, she does it just does a base extra 5 damage.
I probably should have just had Freya attack her.
You could have.
I'm just worried that the ritual's going to end.
So,
And Vesper still hasn't been able to do anything. Okay, that's his turn.
So Freya starts to run at her.
No, Freya, no!
As she runs, Erica just, like, drop kicks her. Or not, she can't pick her up and drop her, but just, like, kicks her under her stomach, and she goes flying up into the air, and as she goes up into the air, she just slowly into mist, and the mist floats back over to you and goes into your scroll.
All right, that's my turn.
All right, next is Cassiel.
So I stand up.
Okay, you stand up.
Am I within range, or do I need to walk like the 10?
You technically need to walk like the 10 feet up.
Okay, I'll walk the 10 feet up then.
Okay.
And, there's no threatened creature now, so I'll bonus action steady aim to give myself advantage.
All right.
And then I'll attack
Sounds good.
this Warforged. 13.
That is not a hit.
Dang. That's my turn.
So you chuck your card out, but your chest is still slightly compressed inward,
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
you just can't take that full breath to get that full release with the card out. And it is now Blank's turn.
How close am I to the edge of the building?
20 feet away from the edge of the building.
Okay.
The building is 30 feet, and you are 10 feet into this building right now.
And the buildings are 30 feet across.
Yes.
So if I got to the edge of the other building, it would be 30 feet to them.
30. So from them right now, you are 30 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet. So you're a total of 60 feet away from them. Or
So if I ran over and made the gap, I'd be 30 feet away from them.
If you ran over and made the gap, you'd be 30 feet away.
Okay. So
Which you can do with just your bonus action if you want.
Okay. So can I run and jump over the gap? And as I'm jumping over the gap, can I cast Thorn Whip? Because it's a 30-foot radius, so I'm guessing, like, as I'm, like, shooting it out, I'm going to try and grab one of them, so if I do fall, I can pull them towards the gap as I'm falling? Or would that be too much?
Technically, you're not in range until you're on the
okay,
building.
so I would have to make the jump
on the
first.
edge.
Unless he's targeting the robot.
That's true. The robot is in the middle of the building right there. Because she didn't run back to Tess at that point. She stayed next to Freya. Which means you could do that to Erica, but you can't do that to Tess.
You don't gotta attack Tess.
Everyone attack Tess.
No.
I'll do it to Erica.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
Roll me. You can make that jump. Like,
Okay.
your strength. What's your strength?
My strength is +1, so 12.
Okay, yeah. You can make that jump. Because with a running long jump, you can jump 12 feet.
Yeah.
So, as long as you have 10 feet to run, you can always make that jump.
Okay. Yeah, I wanna Thorn Whip her.
Okay.
18?
18 is a hit.
This is the first attack someone's landed on Tess.
This is Erica.
This is Erica.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait, you're in range of Tess though. If you land on the other building,
If he lands on the building before you do the thing, you are in range of Tess.
that's what I thought you were doing.
I feel like he would go for Erica, though.
Okay, that's fair. You do hit her. See, Erica's AC isn't that good, and her haste ability boosts her AC. But even with the boosted AC, you've never been close to that line yet. You always are either like hitting her handily or missing her handily.
We're dying 3 buildings over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull her 10 feet closer to me.
Okay.
And that does 5 damage to her.
Okay.
So
Sounds
I'm
good to
gonna
me.
pull her 10 feet closer and ask
So
her,
she's standing right next to you now as you pull her 10 feet closer.
who are you?
She cocks her head. You remember, correct me if I'm wrong, you already told her that he lost his memory.
Yeah, she was
Vesper
like,
did, yeah.
"Wow, you different." And Vesper, like in passing, was like, "He lost his memory. Fire my spell."
Oh, that's right. She just looks at you and goes, "Boss, you were my boss. I'm Erica. Remember? No?
I remember you vaguely, but why are you attacking us?
Well, that's a long story. Let me tell you about it. Why don't you sit down and I'll tell you all about it."
Tell her to stop and then we can talk about this.
And then as she says that, she kicks you in the groin.
Wait, it's not her turn.
It is her turn.
Is it?
Unless
Yeah,
Blank
she's
wants
at
to use a bonus action.
Did Cass go?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
of
I
my
just
bonus
missed.
actions, would be spells. So
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Well,
like-
you can technically do that if you want. Because it was a
Cantrip.
cantrip, you can cast a bonus action spell. If you want. But you would have to cast it in the middle of the conversation you started with her. So...
I don't have.
Or just right at the end, you're just like, ah.
Yeah, I don't have anything that I think I would be able to use right here. So
Okay. In that case, yeah, she kicks you in the groin with a 22 to hit.
Good thing Warforged don't have it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I rolled minimum damage, which is still 8 damage. So.
It's a lot of damage.
Oh, actually, no, because she's gonna turn off her empowered attacks. Actually, so technically, before she kicks you, she says, "Core system Mike India Tango Hotel Romeo India Lima. Turn off energy infused attacks. Activate portal potential," and then she kicks you in the groin.
Wait. So it's India Lima?
I'm not saying it again.
He's specifically saying it as fast as he
I
can.
am
so that
specifically
you
saying it as
I
fast as I
think you
can.
mixed up some of the lettering there, dog.
I did not.
Either that or I spelled it wrong. But
I'm spelling it exactly how it's spelled in my notes. So unless it's spelled wrong in my notes, which is possible,
that's fine.
Yeah.
I think I know what it is. But cool.
So because she turned off her energy infused attacks, this only ends up doing 3 damage instead of 8. But she still gets her second kick. Oh, and I guess it technically wouldn't have been a 22. It would have been a 18 or a 17.
Yeah, that still would have hit.
Okay. And this one is going to be an 18 to hit.
Yeah, both of those hit.
Okay, cool. 9 damage to her second kick.
12 total.
Yes.
Okay.
And then with her haste, she's going to dash. And then with her bonus action, she's going to dash, which gives her a grand total of
240?
180. Because dash doesn't technically double, it just lets you run it again. So she has 180, and then she runs. And runs. And runs in a circle around you, Blank. Just running circles around you.
She can't really do that because he's on the edge of the building.
It's true, he's on the edge.
She runs and falls off the building.
She just runs in place or runs back and forth like, are you going to hit me?
Yeah, basically. She's like running back and forth like, oh, can't hit me, boss. Oh, so lame. This is why I kicked you in the chest and dunked you through a portal long ago. And she keeps just like trying to juke.
Can I make an annoyed attack?
No.
Dang it.
And so she moves the 180, and with that 180, you see that the line on her leg is like going up twice as quickly as it was before. And it actually reaches its peak. And then once it reaches its peak, the green line just starts to deepen. Instead of going higher, it just becomes a darker green. And then she ends next to Tess again. And she says, all right, Tess, finish up. We're getting out of here. And next is Vesper's turn.
Vesper aims for Tess.
Okay.
First organ failure roll. I rolled a natural 1.
I'm not gonna let you. I'm gonna say that gets rid of your bonus action as well with the natural 1.
Yeah, it figures. He's only done one thing this entire combat encounter anyway, so. Okay, it's not my turn anymore.
Sorry, man. Cassiel, it's your turn.
All right.
He falls to the ground.
Yeah,
clutching his side.
With when you screamed when Freya died, it seems like the scream filled your stomach with too much air and just made it hurt more.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what I can do, because if I bonus action dash, I'm fairly certain that I can make it to Tess.
Because you've got, 35 feet of movement speed?
Yeah, 35.
If you bonus action dash, you can make it all the way to Tess.
Tackle her off the building.
That's literally what I'm thinking. Did Cassiel hear her say, wrap it up, we're going?
Yes, you definitely did. She's not trying to keep that part quiet.
The thing is, though, does he do that, or does he kill this robot?
Whatever you want to do.
How... Because sometimes DMs can say they're bloodied or whatever. Mm-hmm. How's this robot looking?
Well, she's definitely not bloodied. She doesn't have blood.
Yeah, but like, I've seen Blank in
Is she
rough
dented?
condition.
She has holes. Every time you've hit her, it's like pierced her all the way through. And so you see that she's got like several holes all across her body. Several of them have started to close from the regenerate ability, but she turned that off. But she's not putting on any kind of facade, or you can't tell how damaged she is from how she's acting.
Facade.
Okay. Facade.
Okay.
It's like, I wouldn't tell you if a construct was bloodied.
Yeah.
Because they don't really feel pain.
Yeah, and she's not like I've seen Blank act like slow or like spark or whatever. And
But
nothing.
she's not acting
Okay.
slow and she's not sparking.
Then yeah, Cassiel is gonna bonus action dash,
Okay.
and he's going to just book it, and he's gonna try to tackle her off the building.
All right, roll me a strength.
Well, actually, because here's the thing, Cassiel's strength is abysmal, and he knows that.
That's
But
fair.
she's a wizard, so it might even out.
But she can roll dexterity to dodge.
That is true. However,
Does she have disadvantage because she's like
concentrating.
doing a
Not
ritual?
really.
No.
The other thing Cassiel is thinking he could do, which tell me if this is something that is possible, is he is fantastic at sleight of hand. Could he grab the goblet?
You can grab the goblet. I'm not even going to make that sleight of hand. You can grab the goblet. But she is like firmly gripping that for this ritual. So like that's going to be the same. That's still going to be a strength roll,
still
not a
gonna be
sleight of hand
strength.
roll.
Okay.
Sleight of hand roll will be to grab it without her noticing, but she is concentrating on this goblet.
Would it be an action to slip his thorn onto her person?
I,
To sleight of hand his little thorn?
Is it an action to do the thorn?
is it an action to do the thorn?
I gotta check.
But either way, I would let you sleight of hand to slip that thorn into her.
As an action?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
let's look at what the thorn says, though. But even if the thorn is an action, I'd let you still roll the sleight of hand to do it.
Okay. Oh, it's a bonus action.
Which, if you already used your bonus action, you can always use a bonus action as an action. So,
No, that's not a thing.
pretty sure that's a thing.
It's not.
Anything that you can use healing word as an action.
No, you can't.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Can it?
All right, well that's my home rules then. You
Okay.
can.
Cool.
I've always played that way,
It
so
just doesn't. Yeah.
it just makes sense. If anything you can do in a short amount of time, you can do it in a longer amount of time as well.
Yeah, it just messes with the balance of action economy that is in
I mean,
the
you
game.
can't do an action for a bonus action because that's a long amount of time. But if a bonus action is supposed to be something you can do with a short amount of time, doing that with a long amount of time just makes sense to me. So I've always played that you can use a bonus action as an action if you want.
Yeah, that's fine if that's how you want to do it. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna run up to her, and he's gonna just like grab her shoulders and kind of like try to get her attention, and like make her face him type of thing. And as he's
Mhm.
doing that, he's gonna try to sleight of hand the thorn onto her person.
All right, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand.
Please. Every time I've tried to sleight of hand this thing, it's not gone well. Crit fail.
You run over and you pull off the thorn to slip it on her, and as you grab her and turn around to face you, I'm going to say you are too shocked to do anything. Because as you turn her around to face you, she's had her hood up, so you haven't seen her face. As it turns to face you, you see that her red hair, especially in the front, is white right now.
Oh my goodness.
And her face looks...
Well, she has a mask on, right?
Not right now.
Okay.
And her face looks like she's aged like 100 years since the last time you've seen her. Well, you saw her yesterday.
Yeah.
So since yesterday, and elves don't look like
Yeah, they
they've
don't
aged
look
a lot,
like it.
but you can clearly tell she's got some more extra wrinkles around like the sides of her eyes,
Yeah.
where like someone would get them if they squint a lot.
And so he just grabs her and he's kind of startled. He says, "Tess, what are you doing? What have you got yourself into?"
She just, one hand on the goblet, pulls it close to her, and as you look, you see that the goblet is almost empty at this point. It was about halfway full before, it is almost empty. And she just pushes you back with her other hand, and says, "I did what I had to do. What I have to do. Get away. Get out of here." And then she turns to Eric and says, "Eric, are you ready?" And Erica says, I'm ready, boss." But before Erica takes her turn, Blank has a turn.
Tackle her off the building.
My strength isn't that great either. But
Then just shoot her with your
that's
strongest
what I was
spell.
thinking. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot her with Guiding Bolt with my last spell slot.
Okay.
Crit, 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 crit.
That's a crit.
Wait,
It's a
no.
crit fail.
You're gonna hit. Roll the damage still.
Too bad none of us have ever had inspiration.
I know, I was thinking the other day, like, I feel like I should give people inspiration more often. I just always forget in the moment.
That's fair.
So,
Like right now, you could give Cass inspiration for doing something roleplay.
I feel like I always forget in the moment.
That's 14 damage.
All right, Cassiel, you take 14 damage to your back.
Oh,
as-
I'm out. I fall unconscious. I had 14 hit points.
Oh, Okay, so
All those hit points I
What,
gave
was he
you, I took
targeting
away.
my daughter?
yes.
Oh, okay.
So you were targeting.
Yes.
Okay,
I was
so
targeting Tess.
you blast out, and Tess sees it coming and takes a quick step to the side, and Cassiel, focused on your daughter, you take the step to the side with her to like what are you doing? And as you take the step to the side, she's positioned you to get hit in the back with the guiding bolt, and just boom, 14 damage right to the back of the guiding bolt, and you collapse. And you collapse like on her shoulder.
Yeah. Don't you dare. Don't kidnap me here.
And as you collapse on her shoulder,
She
As
pushes
you're-
you off the building.
as you're passing out, she whispers into your ear, "I'll never forgive you for Mom," and pushes you to the ground. Not off the building, just to the ground. And then she turns and looks at Erica and says, "Erica, let's go." And Erica runs over, scoops her up in like the princess style carry.
She finished the ritual then?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you see, I guess I should describe that as well. You see as the last of the everyone Cassiel sees. And actually Vesper's too far, so only Blank. Blank, you see that as the last of the stuff at the bottom of the cup seems to go away, the crack in the sky seals. And the devils that were falling out and flying out can no longer fall out and fly out.
So it was like the amount of devils maybe or something like that?
Maybe something like that. And then after that happens, Erica runs up and scoops her up in like the princess carry and says, "All right, let's get out of here. I'm not doing so good. I need to switch to regenerate as soon as possible." And Tess says, "Yeah, whatever. I need to cool off too." And Erica jumps off the building, and as she jumps off the building, she says, "Core system Mike India Tango Hotel Romeo India Lima. Haste for hover." And you notice that a small amount of energy kind of comes off of her feet at that point, and the glow that was around her for that haste goes away. And
Does she get stunned because haste goes away?
no, because this is not the same. This is not the haste spell. This is her like a racial thing that she's got because she's a specialized warforged. She jumps off the edge of the building, but she doesn't fall. It almost seems like she's skating in the air as she runs. And as she runs, she twirls and kicks, and the portal goes off behind her because she kicks her leg out behind her. And as she's twirling, and she looks back and says, "See you later, old boss. Have fun." And jumps backwards through the portal that she just created, holding Tess. And then the portal closes, and she is gone.
Blank is gonna stumble over to Cass.
Okay. Cass, roll me a death saving throw.
Fail.
Okay. You can roll me a medicine check if you want to try to stabilize him. And also, Vesper, you were out of combat, which means you no longer have to roll for organ failure.
Yeah, so I can move over.
Yeah.
I could have moved regardless.
It's true.
But
you
I
could
was
have moved.
staying away because, yeah.
15.
Yeah, okay, you stabilize him.
Okay.
You pull out your herb kit and you like rub some herbs onto his like burn on his back from the radiant burn.
4 hours of unconsciousness.
Okay.
Vesper lays down next to Blake and he just goes, "Blank, my insides don't feel good. It's almost like the last 2 episodes. I just held my stomach the whole time."
Do either of you want to look off the edge of this building and see what Tess was looking at?
Was she? I thought she was looking
at
up.
the sky. Yeah.
She was looking down at the plaza.
Oh, sure. If it was like pretty obvious she was looking
was-
down at something, then yeah.
It was pretty obvious she was looking down, but every once in a while she'd look up and then look down.
My passive is 17 anyways.
That's fair. But you can't see unless you get to the edge of the building.
Yeah, sure. We will look.
You both look.
I'm staying with Cass.
Okay,
He's
Vesper's.
just-
I'm at the
shock.
edge of the building, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm
You're
focused.
knocked out.
Yeah, but
No,
they
no,
are
no, no,
too.
You're
He's
at
saying
the edge
that
of the
I would be
building,
at the
that's
edge of the
right.
building. I'm just focused on Cass, so I
Okay.
wouldn't be looking at him.
Vesper, you look down into the hero's fountain, and the first thing you notice is that Horus's hero statue is broken and on the ground. And
We
then-
didn't hear that or see that when it happened?
Nope. You were not here when that happened.
Okay.
And as you look down, you see that this plaza is filled with those bearded devils. Absolutely filled. And they seem to be talking in a language that you do not understand. And they seem to be trying to carve something into the ground. But you, again, You do not see what they're carving because there's just too many of them.
Vesper's gonna try and listen as close as he can to what they're saying, just
Okay.
so if he hears that kind of language again. Also, he has an ability where he can get a new favorite enemy later on, and it says you learn a language they speak. So I'm just trying to flavor it so that he's trying to pay attention so he can catch on later.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Give me 1 second as I look through my notes real quick. You hear one word that they seem to be saying a lot. They seem to be chanting it a lot as they say it. And all of the other words, as you're concentrating, seem to kind of just be more fading into the background as you just hear this word said over and over and over again. And the word is Grumsha. And you just hear them, like, most of them are just chanting this. Grumsha, Grumsha, Grumsha. And a lot of the other ones are saying other things and miscellaneous screeches are being made, but that is the main thing that you can hear what they're saying. And as you look down, you then hear something. You hear a scream, but it's not a scream, it's more like a shout as someone goes, "Woo!" And then you hear a crash, and you look into the middle of this courtyard and you see Lisa, the person you saw earlier with the long polearm hammer, and she has landed in the middle, her tattoos on her arms and legs glowing. On the legs, it's glowing like through her pants, but she's wearing like sleeveless shirt, so you can see the tattoos on her arms glowing. And she's got Glib on her shoulder, and Glib stands up, pulls out his crossbow, and just starts unloading into these hordes of demons. And Lisa just starts doing like a hurricane spin with her hammer, but because it's a polearm, the hurricane spin ends up being like 10 feet wide, and they're just going to town, just destroying these devils.
Vesper just lays back. He's like kind of like, he's still on the ground,
Okay.
but he was like looking over like the lip of the building or whatever, and he just like lays back and is like, "Blank, I think they got it."
As you lay back, you hear someone's voice say, "So, you just gonna stay here and watch?" And as you turn with a start, you see Khan standing there, which I don't think you've ever met him, and I don't think Blank's ever met him, but Cassiel would recognize him as the one that trained him in the sharpshooter feat.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
From the Shadow Templars. And he's just kind of like squatting, kind of looking down at you guys. Not looking down, but I guess kind of. You're on the ground. He's like kind of just squatting over you. He's like, "You just gonna lay here? And, don't really go over the." What was Khan's voice again?
You said like 2 lines.
It's true. So you're just gonna lay here and not really go over there and help? That's fair, I guess.
I'm literally, I can't stand.
That's fair.
I'm just role playing the crit fail I got last time.
That's fair. You look rough.
Blank is mumbling to himself like, "I shot him. I heard him. He's gonna be okay, but I shot him," and just like he's just mumbling to himself.
Vesper hears that, "Blank, it wasn't your fault."
I was the one that shot him.
Yeah, but his stupid daughter put him in the way.
That doesn't matter.
She's
I should have been
evil.
more careful.
I'm a killer. She's killed Freya twice now.
Khan just goes, "Whoa."
Or they've killed him twice.
Well, I'm gonna go. I don't really need to hear your declaration of vengeance or whatever, but Glib did tell me to, if I saw you guys, to say, "Hey, make sure you show up for those Templar things tomorrow." Yeah, everyone else is gonna get canceled because of what happened to the city, but y'all have letters from Horus, so we can't really push you back too far.
Question. I'm unconscious, but
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if you remember, Glib said that our participation in this whole event could be our practical exam.
Yeah, but
It's our combat.
if you remember, Glib also had already said from your letter from Horus, you don't need to do the combat exam in the first place.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
And also, he said, "Count how many you get."
yeah,
For Vesper, that's a total of 0.
nice. And with that, Khan's gonna jump off the building, and as he jumps off the building, he disappears. And then every once in a while, you just see like one of the devils just like sink into the shadows and then like reappear, like re-sink out of the shadows as like a dead body.
Dang, that's sick.
And as you sit there, all just kind of freaking out, stressed out, dead, unconscious, organ failured. Unless any of you have anything urgent you want to do, we're going to do a brief couple-hour time skip.
Can I go join the fight? I don't have too much I can do, but I can produce flame.
Oh, yeah, you can just stand up and start throwing produce flames at them.
I mean, depending on how long the fight lasts, if Vesper can recover, he has full hit points.
It's true.
And so he will just start shooting from the building if he can, make a shot.
Yeah.
Just the sheer number of them is going to make the fight last like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And so you can unload all of your arrows if you want over those 30 minutes. And Blank, you can just keep throwing those produced flames as much as you want.
Blank the entire time is just full, like, angry crying, just hugging
oil dripping down his face.
Yeah.
Or is it's a tree sap?
No, they don't have
tree sap. Yeah.
They don't have fluids, Trent. Otherwise, we'd be able to tell if they were bloody.
Blank is different than Erica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've got several unique warforged. Oh, I didn't say the symbol you were gonna see.
I mean, I brought her real close. You could just...
Okay, Blank, as you're angry, crying, and throwing, one thing seems to stick out in your mind. A symbol that you saw carved at the top of each of Erica's ellipses legs, right where the energy bar gets to the top of.
Notice how he's avoiding saying she's thick?
Yup.
Yes, I am avoiding saying that. So there were two of them, one on each of her legs, kind of on the hip. And this symbol was two M's next to each other with the inward slashing line on either side continuing downward to form a big V underneath the two M's. Does that make sense to...
I think so, yeah.
Gordon's seen me draw this symbol before. Does that make sense to David and Dean?
It's two M's with like a V connecting the inside ones.
Yeah, so like...
So it's like a bat almost.
Kind of, yeah. Picture a big V.
Yeah.
And then off of the two lines an M, but the M is connected on the inward ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Cool. We've got a cool drawn picture that Gordon did, so...
we can post that probably.
Yeah, we'll post it when this episode comes out, whenever it does. But, Blank, that symbol, every time you create a produce flame and throw it, that symbol is just echoing, appearing in your brain. You can't get it out of your head, no matter what you do. And you flash back as you're just throwing these produce flames again to that scene where you saw Erica run in place and open a portal and say, everyone get through. And there were a bunch of shadowy figures. And those shadowy figures start to come into a greater focus. You realize one of them is very, very small and seems to be almost completely covered by a big hat. You see one of them was a centaur of some kind. You see one of them had a very long tube-like arm and a very short other arm and very kind of circular in shape. You notice one of them, and this one is the one you can actually see the most clear, is like a bird made of a silver metal. That's the one that you can most tell, or out of those four.
More shadowy figures, that's the one.
And then the fifth one that you can see almost entirely is a humanoid woman with brown hair and brown eyes wearing like a forge work coveralls over just some basic clothing with a wrench at her waist and a big canister full of what looks like blueprints on her other side of her waist with her hair kind of braided back. And she's the one you can see completely. And she's the first one that jumps through the portal. And as she jumps through the portal, you hear her say, "See you soon, Beckett." And then she jumps through the portal.
Is the fight ending at the time that like this flashback ends?
Yeah, pretty much.
Blank is gonna like kneel down with his like fists, almost like a gorilla-ish.
Mhm.
But like he's just gonna have the two produce flames in both of his fists, and he's just gonna let them burn in his hands.
Okay.
And if that causes damage, that's okay. But he's just
They can't cause damage to you because they're your spell. So
that's fine. Cool. Okay.
But-
so
yeah.
so those are just smoldering as he's just crying, remembering these different people, and he has no idea who they are.
Oh, also on each of the 4 other Warforged, not the human girl, you noticed the same symbol, the same MMV symbol.
Cool. And then wait. So I could tell that she was telling me, "See you soon, Beckett."
She looked right at you and said, "See you soon, Beckett," and gave you a smile and then jumped through the portal.
Now I just feel guilty. Cause that now he's just thinking that I did something that ruined this whole dynamic, and he doesn't remember what it is. But now that name is just tied to all that guilt.
And with that, the fight ends, and Glib looks up and sees Vesper and kind of Blank crying there. And he goes, Vesper, Blank, is Cassiel nearby too? Three of you kind of like a package deal. Oh,
Vesper just nods his head behind him.
Okay. Well, me and Lisa and Khan we're going to keep wandering around the city. We got the big horde here, but we're going to kind of go pick up the stragglers. But I would recommend just getting some good rest today. And we'll see you tomorrow, midday. I know that it might be a little rough, but I want to get you 3 in as quickly as possible.
Thanks, Glib.
And he reaches down and he pulls off something and he throws it up to you, and it's a potion. And he says, and give that to Cassiel so he can get up soon, too.
He's gonna give the potion to Cass then.
All right. And as you do that, Glib, just still sitting on Lisa's shoulder, just pats Lisa on the head and says, all right, Lisa, let's get out of here. And Lisa goes, okay, let's do this. And they start to walk out.
As Cassiel kind of comes back to consciousness, he's gonna he comes awake slow at first, but then all of a sudden it all comes back to him, like what was happening before he passed out, and he quickly is like looking around. Where'd they go? Are they gone? Where are they?
They're gone.
And he just kind of like holds his head in his hands, picks up the thorn which he dropped.
Cassiel, I can't tell you how sorry I am.
Blake, it's not your fault.
It is.
It's not your fault. It happens in battles all the time. I remember down in the sewer when I hit you in the back with a card and you fell unconscious. We'll just call it even. It happens.
He just hangs his head low. He's not going to look you in the eyes, but he's going to say, okay.
Cassiel, he's still like sitting. We'll just like pat Blink's leg, be like, "It's all right, buddy. It's just how battle goes sometimes."
As you all stand up, getting ready to go into your diverse ways to check on your friends in this city or to go and think about this situation and what you remembered, you all look down at the courtyard before you climb down the building to go to the 3 different locations you want to head out to. And you see words carved into the floor of this courtyard that if you were not on this building, you would not be able to tell what these words were. But from this height, as you look down, you see 2 words. Groomshaw returns. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed Vesper not being able to do anything. And Blank having flashbacks and a panic attack for killing Cassiel, and Cassiel freaking out at his daughter. I hope you enjoyed all of that. And if you didn't enjoy all of it, well, I'm sorry, I guess. I'm not actually sorry.
Don't
so-
be sorry, Trent. Yeah. I was like, you're not sorry.
But either way, you should go leave us a 5-star review on whatever platform that you listen to us on. And if you've already left a 5-star review, you can still contact us on our Discord. We love interacting with people there. It's a lot of fun to see the people in the Discord and just talk with them. I guess not see, but talk with them about different fan theories and stuff like that. And their reactions to the episodes are amazing. You can also reach us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. Or you can send us an email at channeldivinitypodcast@gmail.com. And if you reach out to us in any of those forms, we'll do our best to reach out back to you and get in contact. We love to talk with people that listen. Thank you so much once again. And I'm Trent. I'm the DM for this campaign. And going around the table, we have...
I'm David, and I play Cassiel De'Hart.
Dean and I play Vesper Ravenwing.
I'm Gordon, and I play Blank.
And we will see you all next week.
Keep tuning in.